Hello, this is Matt Cannon with my thoughts of the day. I'm going to talk again about Ryan Holiday's book, Stillness is the Key. And I'm going to talk about, he has a chapter in there titled Enough. Enough. And in the book, he starts off telling a story about Joseph Heller. He's a famous author who wrote a best selling book called Catch 22. It's been made into a movie, there's a TV series on it, and it's the epitome of success as far as a book goes. And he tells a story when he was at a party with other authors, and this other author tended to get sold a book that made more money than Catch 22 had made. And the person was kind of razzing Joseph Heller, and the person was Kurt Vonnegut, was kind of razzing him, saying, "Don't you feel bad that this person made more money than you with this book?" And his response was, why would I? You know, I've accomplished so much with this one book, and, I'm content with it. And so the point that Ryan Holiday was trying to get to is this concept of enough, and how sometimes you need to be appreciative and recognize that you have enough. And once you realize you have enough, then other stuff starts coming together. And I want to just add a little bit of um, another idea kind of with this enough, kind of along the same lines that you have to be content, have enough. So much of what we do, bad decisions we make, are keeping up with the Joneses, or trying to get stuff that we want, trying to accomplish stuff that we don't need, to buy things we don't need, to impress people we don't like. And there's this whole concept of enough, but then there's another side to enough. You hear when people say enough is enough, and that's kind of like getting to the fed up point where you're no longer going to allow yourself to go down this path, or you're no longer going to embrace these decisions. And I think enough is a powerful word. It's a word that is somewhat of a contradiction. When you say I have enough, you're saying you're satisfied. When you say enough is enough, you're no longer satisfied. So now you're trying to break free from whatever situation you're in, or maybe you're trying to turn over a new leaf. Maybe you're thinking of a New Year's resolution, or whatever it may be. But I think it's interesting how it has a bit of contradiction in it, but it has power, because enough is a word that is a very powerful word. Once you understand it and you leverage it, and again, contradiction is not a bad thing. I have a concept have talked and written about called the contradiction principle, and it comes from Walt Whitman and Leaves of Grass. He wrote, "So I contradict myself. Very well, I contradict myself." And he says, "I am large, I contain multitudes." And I think a lot of times we get focused on this, I cannot contradict myself, and we stay true to our beliefs, and we stay true to what we think, because that's just the way it is. But sometimes contradiction, like enough, can be contradictory. Sometimes it's complete satisfaction, sometimes it's dissatisfaction, but it's a powerful thing. Another thing is like faith and doubt. I mean, to have faith and belief, you can't have true faith and belief without having true doubt. And I think these two, they kind of balance each other out. And I just want to leave this powerful word with you, enough. I've been thinking about it. Ryan Holiday's latest book, Stillness is the Key, has a whole bunch in it. And I'll leave this thought. This is also from the book. Tiger Woods' dad, Earl Woods, was a tyrant. And his tyrant activities were very hard on Tiger. Tiger, a lot of problems he had in life were a result of his dad's kind of tyrant ways. And his dad actually had in there, he would basically call him names. He would give him a hard time. And he said, all you have to do for me to stop is to say the word enough. So once you say enough, I'll stop. And enough was like a bad word for them. They called it the E word. And so it was almost like him saying enough, his dad would be calling him expletives, he'd be messing with him, and he did it all to give him this mental toughness. But they looked at it as a bad thing. On the flip side, enough can be a very good thing. When you realize you have enough, you kind of embrace your current state and you're content, you're freed up to accomplish a lot of other things. On the other side of the coin, when you say enough is enough, it kind of gives you the ability to break through and maybe make some changes you need to make in your life and kind of move forward in those ways. So I just want to leave these few thoughts with you. Um, think of the word enough. It's a powerful word. It contains layers and layers of possibilities in that word. So be content while also being dissatisfied. Embrace contradiction. Contradiction isn't always a bad thing. And once you realize that you have enough, and you realize in the same breath enough is enough, you can move forward in ways like you've never experienced. This is Matt Cannon with my thoughts of the day, signing out.